Welcome back to another run, guys. We are playing the Apprentice today, which gets a bunch of free stats whenever he levels up, but he loses max HP. So, in my opinion, the Ghost Axe, the Ghost Scepter are the best items you can go on this character. If you want to be really safe, you can start with the Scepter. Personally, I think you should start with the Axe, and you should be able to easily avoid getting hit in the early waves. Shouldn't be an issue. None of these enemies are really dangerous in my opinion. So I hope you can do this, follow along, start with the axe, and just get through it easily. This way you actually get a lot more benefit from the materials dropping, right? Because you can't kill everything if you start with a scepter, it's very difficult. Here we could just take max HP. This is the safest thing, so I'm actually going to do it just to show you guys. Max HP, right? Get the ghost axe, upgrade it, roll one time, go ahead and pick up a scepter, and we also have a flint here. We could take the flint. I don't think it's necessary. We could actually just go for axes and scepters. But you can take a flint, so you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. You can do the thing where you take two of each weapon. The only issue with this, and the reason I don't like it too much, is because if you have different weapons, it becomes harder to upgrade them because you can only hold up to two of them in your inventory. So it is a bit easier to upgrade them as you have less weapons, but this can work quite well since you do get attack speed as well if you go with the flint. There we go, we got plus 1% damage from the axe. And here we just want to take armor. Armor and max HP are very nice. Another axe, there we go. We can't combine it. We can roll one more time and lock both of these, and also lock the scar. Scar is very nice. XP gain is great on this character, since when you level up, you do get a bunch of free damage stats. And if anyone has been watching most of my guide videos, you'll probably feel like, oh, you take the ethereal weapons on a lot of characters, right? This is kind of true, because there's a lot of characters where personally I think the best starting weapon is just the ethereal weapons. And that's just due to the balance of the game, right? The weapons are so strong, they give you permanent stacking stats, and, well, that just makes it very difficult for you to die. Health and armor is what I'm taking, okay? And here we are going to go ahead and combine these and also combine these scepters. So now we only have 4 weapons. But when you upgrade them, they actually require less kills to get stats, give you the permanent stats. So this way we can kill less enemies and get more stats. Right? It's just very efficient. Use less weapons if you don't need to use 6. And it's only wave 4. I could be here with 3 weapons and still be really safe. There we go. And you do want to make sure your scepter is kind of firing at all times. That way you can get that max HP. Because the max HP is what will keep you the safest out of everything. We're going to go and skip this. We don't want to lose these stats. More health is great, right? This is very, very safe way to play the game. Upgrade our scepter, upgrade our flint, and just continue on. There we go. Now we have 5 upgraded weapons. We could have even upgraded the scepters and the axes into tier 3s. And I would still be able to do this wave perfectly fine, very easily. But, having 5 weapons is also okay. It's definitely not a noticeable difference, but it adds up if you do all of those small things to maximize your stats. But, I think you should try and focus more on the fundamentals. You don't need to worry too much about things like this, right? I want to try and kill the Seal Goblin. There we go. Get the loot at the very end. And I'm safe, right? Easy peasy, 20 max health. We have a bunch of stacking damage. We can go to take a hedgehog as well. Go ahead and roll a little bit. Dodge percent is great. Armor is great. There we go. More tank stats. We don't want to buy them though. So we are going to skip these for now and get more of these weapons. Also, here's the issue I was talking about, right? You see we have 6 weapons in our inventory. It's a little hard to maintain space, right? So we can actually keep upgrading them. This is kind of proving my point. But I do think the 2-2-2 split of weapons is actually very strong. Because you end up stacking up your attack speed, damage percent, and all of your range damage, melee damage, right? All of the stats get stacked up just by playing the game. This is what makes the Apprentice so strong. And this is why you really only need to take armor and dodge, and then some max HP can make you safe early game. You don't need to take a ton of max HP because you will stack it up with your scepters over time. but if you take some, it can definitely help make it even safer. So again, armor, dodge, and max HP are really safe stats to take. You can also, of course, take some speed. Speed is always quite nice. At least a bit of speed can help you in a lot of situations. So, go ahead and roll this again. No thank you. No thank you. Or max HP or dodge. In this case, I'm going to take dodge. We can cap out our dodge chance. These are really good upgrades. You could easily take attack speed here, but I'm going to reroll and find something less lucky, in a sense. So let's see, we have speed. There we go. We're going to upgrade this, upgrade our flint, buy both of this and the scar. And we could take the goat skull. It's a bit unnecessary. We could also take the beanie. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we could get the banner to get some of that range back. 20 range, 10% attack speed. Attack speed is quite nice, actually, since the ghost flints do not do a great job at stacking. It's not their fault. The scepters are ranged, and the axes do a cleaving motion. So the axes tend to kill a lot of things. They also have a higher base damage than the flint. So yeah, the flints have a sometimes struggle to stack up. That's one of the reasons I said you could easily just do the scepters and axes, and then you could just take some attack speed throughout your run, and it would work out just as well, to be honest. Let's go ahead and heal up, and then clear out all these big clumps of enemies. Go to the left side here. Clear out this clump of enemies again. That was a little bit dangerous, but it's completely fine, right? There we go. Easy enough. Our dodge didn't really do anything there. That is why armor is a lot safer early on than dodge, because sometimes dodge can just fail, right? I have 45 dodge, and I still managed to get hit by so many things there. Okay, some armor. There we go. More armor. And another ghost axe upgrade and a ghost flint. Perfect. We could also take the little muscly dude because it does give us max HP. Losing range is not a big deal. I think this is one of the characters where you don't have to worry too much about having a ton of range. Those scepters are always going to have enough range, and your melee weapons are still perfectly fine. You can see I don't need to get like right beside them. I can actually still be quite far away and still hit them. This wave is not the best for stacking. Wave 9 is very good for stacking. If you make it to wave 9, I think you should just win the run at that point, to be honest. Because wave 9, you fight so many small enemies. You get a ton of free damage. You get it's a free wave to just stack up your weapons on. You get a bunch of damage percent, attack speed, and health when you get to wave 9. So just be very careful. Don't let the bruisers hit you, right? Especially these foreign bruisers. They deal the most damage by far. Okay, we could take more max HP to be safe again, right? And more speed, a little bit more speed. Upgrade our weapons, more armor. There we go. Reroll one time, get another hedgehog and another scar. And we could also just take the metal. Gives armor, speed, and max health, which are very safe stats. We don't have to go for crit chance. If we were going for something like an endless run, we could try and get more crits eventually. But early on, it definitely isn't necessary. Just because of how much damage you deal and how much you stack up with your weapons. Really, you just need tank stats to be as safe as possible. And you can see here what I was talking about. There's a bunch of clumps of small enemies. Very good for your stacking. You get a bunch of attack percent and damage percent. I'm just going to kind of run through them here, get the fruits. Run through them here again. I'm kind of singling out all the enemies that run at me because they are much easier to kill. And I'm just letting the chargers and the bruisers run past me. Run through and hit all these small enemies, and there we go. You can see we made it through that wave perfectly fine. Attack speed, again, we have 28%. We can take some more than that. And 2 armor is great. Just more armor. Very nice. Buy all of these items. And the spider. This is actually not bad. It's also not necessary. So we're just going to go ahead and skip it. We can go ahead and take Gentle Aliens. Very good. Here, 1 item gives you health, damage percent, and more enemies, which means more stacks for our weapons. And we are wave 10. We are dealing 40 to 80 damage per hit. And we have 43 health and a bunch of armor and dodge. So you can see how strong the Apprentice is. It might not be clear quite yet, but it's going to be very clear when we're killing the boss in a place where, you know, many characters actually have to avoid the boss. We are still lacking a bit if we do want to kill the first mini-boss or the first elite. But I think it could be possible. We definitely would need a little bit... Maybe upgrading our weapons would help actually quite a bit. We'd have to get a little lucky in the shops coming up. Maybe find some tier 2 weapons to combine. But you can see our damage is doing well. 45 to almost... Yeah, 45 to... Or sorry, 46 to 87. It went up in the time I was trying to say it. And oh, warrior helmet. Very nice, right? Armor and max HP. Melee damage and max HP. Armor minus damage percent. Perfectly fine. And here, we no longer need armor. We have 13 armor. We could take it. It's just overkill. Just taking more attack speed, in my opinion, is probably the best option. Speed is also good. And there we go. We got an axe. We can't actually really buy it, though. Unless we combine these two. So let's go ahead and do that. And skip here. Oh, and there is the black belt. Melee damage, knockback, and XP gain is the important part. Another metal plate. We will buy it, even though we don't really need it. Peacock is also not bad. We can go ahead and lock that. It'll just give us more XP gain. XP gain is really good on this character. Oh, we are against the monk. We can actually kill this guy. I think it shouldn't be too bad. I could let the slasher eggs hatch. You should just kill them. Don't be too greedy. There's no need to greed for a few extra materials. Just killing the eggs is good enough. Then you could focus on killing the boss instead, right? What really matters. Because if you kill the boss, you can get a nice loot crate. He's running away trying to spawn tentacles. You see he spawns tentacles in this phase, and he just kind of runs away over and over. Okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to kill him. So you do have to know when to give up as well, right? I'm just slowly moving out of the way. Letting the boss do his circle and then continuing to move. Yeah, we can't kill him here. It's okay. I'm just going to stay alive. I'm not worried about the loot. Okay, so like I said, we could have killed him. It was pretty close. If we had a little bit more damage, we might have been able to. Damage percent is great. Go ahead and buy both of these. Roll again. Ghost Flint we can't buy, unfortunately. This is what happens when you have a lot of different weapons. It becomes a little difficult to buy them together. Let's go ahead and skip these. The nuclear launcher, we could buy that. The nuclear launcher would be very good here. I would maybe do that in an endless run, but I want to save those things for later. For the guide, if you're stuck with just your starter weapons, right, you don't get anything super lucky, this is what it would look like, right? And you'd still be able to do perfectly fine, as long as you're following along with me. You can see we have 60 health, we have a bunch of dodge, a bunch of armor, we are very safe. We could definitely use a little bit of healing. A little bit of healing would help us, since we are kind of dependent on dropping fruits, right? To heal up right now. But even then, we're not really in danger. We're just making sure we're not running into the enemies, right? Just moving around them efficiently. Moving through them. Moving around them here again. Pumping them up together really quickly. Here we go. I hit everything. And that is the wave. Very easy. We didn't even really drop below 50 health there. We can go ahead and reroll. And more dodge. Perfect. Almost capping our dodge. Crit chance is actually very good. If you do find it like this, you can go ahead and take it. You could even take more crit chance here. There we go. Because crit chance is realistically going to be the best damage that we can get now. Butterfly, very good. Lifesteal. Melee damage and crit chance. So the crit chance is what matters. Hedgehog also not bad. We can take this. Damage, lifesteal, very nice. Range damage and attack speed. That's what matters here, the attack speed. And you can see our weapons are actually still pretty under upgraded, right? We have 3 tier 2 weapons. We only have 1 tier 4 at this point. It's not like we have any crazy weapons or anything. It's just that the Apprentice is that strong. His innate scaling is ridiculous. If you get enough XP gain items, you can level up a ton and just get a bunch of damage that way. I've had runs where I dealt 1,000 damage per hit. on wave 20 with this character. Like just genuinely 1,000 damage per hit. Like crit 1,000, 1,100, right? Just like that. And just absolutely deleted the bosses. So Apprentice, in my opinion, again, one of the strongest scaling champions. And it just works way too well with ethereal weapons, since ethereal weapons scale up your damage stats, but the percentage damage stats. So your passive scales up your flat ones, and your weapons are just scaling up the percentage ones. Taking some luck is good here, since we have negative luck currently. Go ahead and buy that. And a Ghost Flint upgrade. Very nice. A Scar and an Alloy. Alloy's pretty good. Melee damage, range damage, and crit chance. We are against the Crocodile. Kind of rushed at me before I could even see him. I'm going to kind of put him in the corner. I'm just going to stick him right here in the corner. And just move above him every time he charges. Put him in the corner again. Get in the corner, buddy. This is your cage. You have to stay here. Come back. There we go. There we go. And you're almost done. And you're done. There you go. That's how you deal with the crocodile when you're playing Apprentice. Very simple. Put the crocodile in the corner and sit on him. Easy. Let's see. Okay. Now we just want to deal with all these junkies shooting projectiles all over the place. I'm basically just running at them. I'm going to clear out as many of them as possible. Way too many of these guys all over the place, right? They're making a mess. Screen with all these projectiles. And that is the wave. Very easy. Again, we pretty much did not drop below full health the entire time. The panda is very great. It's not really game changing. We're stacking up health and damage percent. It's basically just 25 luck, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Recycle, recycle, more damage percent, more crit chance. Star, alloy for more damage percent again. Small magazine would give us more attack speed. We have 110% attack speed. We don't really need much more than that. We could take the head injury, because range is not too important. Okay, there we go. We would like some more weapon upgrades. That would give us the biggest boost of damage right now. The other thing would be crit chance. Crit chance and weapon upgrades would give us the most damage boost. Yeah, wave 15. If you've made it this far following me, I think your run has been over for a few waves already. You should never really be in danger from this point forward if you have a similar setup to me. I think your run should be going very well. If you have even a tiny bit of lifesteal as well, that'll definitely keep you alive, because it'll help you heal. I'm not really healing, I'm only depending on my fruits, which are dropping. Let's see, fruit here for example, right? Gives me a tiny bit, just 3 healing, that's it. But overall, just dodging, obviously, is the most important thing. Being able to dodge properly. Okay, easy, right? And we found adrenaline. Okay, very nice. This is a really good item, obviously. Every time we dodge, we have a 50% chance to heal for 5 HP. It also gives us a bit of dodge, and we find more crit chance just to top it off. HP regen, coupon, another black belt. A blood leech is also very good. We skipped a lot of blood leeches this run. Just because I was kind of being rude, because I didn't want to lose harvesting, so I was skipping the blood leech. Blood leech is actually very good, right? HP regen and lifesteal are both great. And yeah, we are hitting for 362. Looks like 456 actually I saw. We crit someone for 456. Yeah, there it is again. I saw it. Very nice. And by the way, if you do sell your ethereal weapons, you do not lose the bonuses. So you can sell your ethereal weapons and keep all the stats you gain from them. The stats are not attached to the weapons. Once they give you the stats, it is permanently on your character. So you could do some really fun stuff with this character. You just use ethereal weapons to stack up early, and then you just sell them all and go for some completely different setup, right? This wave is quite nice for us. You see there's a lot of small enemies. I'm trying to move towards the pumps. The end here. Easy enough. Attack speed and crit chance are really good for us. Range is also good because we have such high reduced... Our range is so reduced. Being teacher is great. XP gain, crit chance. More crit chance, please, maybe? More armor we don't need. Speed we don't need. All this is so expensive to roll. let's just take some range and keep moving. Fortunately, we didn't really get anything there. I'm gonna lock the peacock here, buy the scar, ghost flint, and this. There we go. I'm gonna take the peacock for the elite wave. I'm actually gonna have double damage on myself when I'm fighting the boss. I'm pretty confident it's not going to matter. If you can dodge the boss once, you can dodge it. You know, if you can dodge it 10 times, you can probably dodge it 100. Dodge it 100, you can probably dodge it 1,000. So I'm not too worried about whatever mini boss it's going to be. I'm sure I can take it on without any problems. And yeah, again, we're on wave 17. You can see we are one-shotting the pursuers. Um, so if you made it here, congratulations, you have won your run. Now, probably all you would care about is how fast can you kill the final boss. And well, if you want to just kill it faster, just take whatever stat you have the least amount of. It's probably going to be crit chance just like me. So I'd say try to get to 100% crit chance. That will give you the highest damage boost. Or sorry, the highest DPS boost, right? There we go, easy enough. We're gonna go and skip this. We'll take some range, sure, why not? And we'll take the peacock and keep on going. Let's see, anything else? Damage percent, lifesteal. Ooh, the frozen heart. I completely forgot about this interaction. Frozen heart actually gives you a lot of damage. I would take this just for the crit chance, but we have so much elemental damage from our passive. This will actually give us more damage on our weapons as well. So it's pretty funny. We're against the Rhino here. Look at his health. I'm just going to run along with him. You can charge together, my friend. And you're dead in 10 seconds. Unfortunate. So yeah, that's a 10-second boss kill. There you go. So again, if you made it this far, just have fun with it, right? Buy whatever you want. If you find Excalibur, if you find Destroyer, if you find some other really funny, like the Scythe weapon, any legendary weapon or something, you could just go in and sell one of your weapons and buy it. Try to kill the final boss as quick as possible. We are critting for 430, 528 I saw mixed in there. I think that was our ghost axe, tier 4 ghost axe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Wave is over. We don't need this, but XP gain, sure, why not? And let's see if we can get some more damage here. Crit chance. Oh, I skipped a tier 2 crit chance. Let's just go ahead and take that. There we go. And more crit chance from the Frozen Heart. Plus, we get some elemental damage scaling now. Very nice. Elemental damage minus dodge. You know what? Let's skip that. Damage percent and lifesteal, though. More damage is great. So what is our biggest hit? 558 was a crit. Okay. Maybe we can get to 600 before the final boss. Looks like we're not going to be able to upgrade all our weapons, unfortunately. Like I said, that's what happens when you have three different weapons instead of just two. If we were only using scepters and axes, it's actually very likely we would have all tier 3 and tier 4 weapons right now. Our lowest damage looks like 230. What is hitting for 150? That might be the tier 2 ghost axe, I'm not sure. Yeah. The Apprentice is actually quite fun. I'd say he could be even more fun if you could go in an endless run as well and just get a ton of XP gain. Just keep buying scars and black belts and team teachers and diplomas as well, right? All these items that give you more XP gain. Cap out our dodge. Buy the ritual. Maybe we can get some more damage here. More damage. Another ghost flint upgrade, nice. And then scar would have been nice as well. So I kept out dodge, 15 armor, 168% attack speed, 155% damage, and 114 max health. 89 seconds until how long? Let's see. Boss is running away. Took about 9 seconds, or 8 seconds to kill that one. And overall, 14-second wave 20. Not bad, right? With 114 max health and ridiculous tank stats. So yeah, that is The Apprentice. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we will be playing the Cryptid. So hope you guys come and watch that. And yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, goodbye for now. Bye bye.